Hi 4W families, my name is Laura Gray and I will be your child's teacher whilst Vanessa is away. This is the lovely Vanessa Gentlecore and she is the 4W teacher this year. We are looking forward to getting to know you and working together to support the children to learn and grow. The term overview provides details regarding what will be covered each term for years 1 and 2. The specialist areas this year are PE with Anthony Prizzi, Performing Arts with Selena Britz, Italian with Adriana Moretta, and Science with Michelle Kershaw. For those learning areas that are being assessed according to the Australian curriculum, it will be done using an A to E system. Composite classes. Research shows that composite classes allow students to work together and learn from each other, work at their own rate, experience success, and acknowledge the success of others, accept, value, and care for others as individuals. It fosters a sense of community as they share the responsibility for learning. The key to understanding composite classes is realising that growth of learners is determined in stages, not ages. Some children start school with developmental delays, where others are quite mature and already reading at an advanced level. Same class but different stages. Whether a straight or composite class teachers need to provide opportunities for students to develop at their own pace. A reading will be handed out this week for further explanation. In English, we look at the 3 strands: reading, writing, and speaking. In the classroom, spelling lists and grammar are taught explicitly from our phonics, called PLD, Promoting Literacy Development. We will learn new sounds and revise sounds through the PLD program each week, which focuses on a different rule. Children are grouped according to their learning needs, and it moves up in stages. We will assess reading using running records. Elements of comprehension, fluency, and accuracy will be assessed to determine each child's appropriate level. You may notice as your child moves up reading levels, the level of comprehension becomes difficult. It isn't just about the fluency, but we look at reading as a holistic approach. This slide shows links to the Australian curriculum of a brief scope and sequence. It shows how each year level moves on one stage to another and how learning builds on from a concept into deeper learning and consolidation. For example, you can see at Year 1 level it says, recall key ideas and recognise literal and implied meaning in text, and at Year 2 level it is identify literal and implied meaning, main ideas and supporting detail. Students make connections between texts by comparing content. The learning builds on from each year level. Maths at EAS is using natural maths approach, and this year staff are attending training and development in back to front maths. There is an information session for parents, and I recommend that parents attend the literacy and numeracy ones as it tells parents how we use these approaches in the classroom. A particular focus in maths is on explicit teaching of strategies to develop the mental skills and fluency to solve problems. In maths, we look at the 4 proficiencies: fluency, problem solving, reasoning, and understanding. Reception in Year 1 have similarities with the maths curriculum. You'll notice in Year 2 there is a bit of a jump with the maths curriculum. For example, in Year 1, students tell the time to half hours and expect students to recognise 6:30 a.m. In Year 2, they should have consolidated the time of half hour and move on to quarter hour. In first term, we teach place value. Students at Year 1 start to look deeper on the number lines by locating numbers to 100. Year 2 increases and they need to be able to count, order numbers from 1000 and partition numbers. We will explore this as the terms go on. Both year levels still focus on addition and subtraction strategies in our place value unit of work. At EAS, the school has an approach where we use the 6Ds solution fluency, which stand for define, discover, dream, design, deliver and debrief. We use the 6Ds as our STEM focus for the year, where it enables students to focus on critical and creative thinking across all areas of learning. Homework is a big question teachers are always asked. In the EAS guidelines, reception to Year 2 are expected to do 30 minutes per week. This excludes reading. Homework is supposed to be a consolidation of what is taught in class. Homework each week is practice spelling words and reading. Your child will begin their spelling contract on Mondays and their weekly words will be recorded in their homework books. In their homework book is a homework contract for students to do one activity per night. Ms. Gentlecore likes to encourage the students to divide the time up throughout the week. For example, Mondays students will write their spelling words out and pick one activity, 10 minutes it should take, and then reading. Tuesdays students write their spelling words again and pick another activity, and then reading. Ms. Gentlecore has found in the past putting a 10-minute timer on allows students to work efficiently and not procrastinate. We understand that after school students are tired and have other commitments on, such as sports. We encourage students to do homework, but please don't stress if they can't. Every fortnight, students will come home with a maths problem as well as their spelling words. Students will also need to prepare for their oral presentation fortnightly. Every Friday, students must hand up their homework books for marking, and on Fridays is where we do our spelling and homework setup in preparation for Monday. On Monday, students will take home 4 readers based on their reading level to read as part of homework. In their homework book, students have a reading log for them to record their reading. The level-coloured readers, I encourage parents and children to read together. It is a good idea for students to predict what the book will be about and to follow with 2 questions afterwards about what the book was about. It helps with their comprehension and if they understood what they were reading. If your child struggles to read part of the homework due to not liking it, please email Ms. Gentlecore as she has some tips for how parents and children can work together. You would have noticed in the past students would come home with high-frequency words, also known as sight words. These will be taught explicitly in class and part of your child's weekly spelling words rather than a separate component. We are big on developing independence in your child. It is important students are organised for the school day. Blue satchel in the basket, drink bottles in the drink tray, and complete their morning jobs. 9 a.m. is when learning commences. Seesaw will be our online tool to communicate student learning. Seesaw will enable teachers and students to post work samples, therefore becoming an electronic platform of learning for the year. Communication with the teacher. Emails. If you need both of our email addresses, please ask us. Contact the school with any important communication such as leave. We are also encouraging all families to use the Connective app, as school announcements and notices are posted on this app. We encourage parent volunteers, however, you'll need to attend a volunteer session. On the term overview, the dates are listed for when to attend. There is a volunteer sign-in register and a volunteer badge in each classroom that must be used each time a person comes to volunteer. Parent reps. We need to finalise this by the end of week 3. Each class requires a parent rep to facilitate social activities and to be a central point of communication for the parent community of the class. They will have a copy of the class buzz list. Contact details for parents. This can be a shared role. In the past, Ms. Gentlecore has found a shared role works best. Please let us know. Year 2 children will be attending excursions with the Year 2 classes, and the Year 1 children will be attending excursions with the Year 1 classes. Due to COVID, excursions are still being finalised. Once we have all the details, we will let you know. School begins at 8:50 a.m. and finishes at 3:10 p.m. Children are to enter the building in the morning from 8:45 a.m. They need to wait until the first bell goes in the morning before entering the building, as the rooms may be unsupervised. There are several children at our school who are severely allergic to nuts, and the school is a nut-aware school. Parents of new students are asked to discuss this information with their child. Healthy snack time is around 9:20 each day. Please provide your child with a piece of fruit or vegetable for this break. The behaviour management chart in 4W is the Knock My Socks Off chart. We will show this chart in another video. This is our behaviour chart. Each day students start on ready to learn, and if they are showing good qualities such as the 4 school values, they will clip up to a higher mindset. Once they clip up under an exceptional mindset, they wait for the teacher to say, "You've knocked my socks off," and the students get to keep it for the whole day. To celebrate their reward, they get to choose their favourite song and have a dance in the classroom at the end of the school day. You Can Do It encourages general well-being in children to be successful in their learning, behave appropriately, and feel good about themselves. The 3 C's and Ready to Learn chart gives students a platform to share any cares, concerns, or celebrations in order for them to focus on their learning. Thank you so much for listening and reading. If you have any questions, please cease or message us, and have a lovely night.